Got much better as the season has progressed. 83, just over 83% tonight. Dang, good pass and throw.
Oh! Get out the way! Josh McRoberts, don't try to run, Josh McRoberts. We saw you, and it's a poster. We saw you. He tried to get out of the way, Neil. He tried to act like it wasn't him, but I saw him. Oh! Josh McRoberts, what are you thinking? Oh! Ronnie Brewer. Here it is right here. Where's Ronnie Brewer? Give him my poster machine.
Right.
Ooh, and open your eyes. Open your eyes. There it is right there. That's an official poster right there. Josh McRoberts. It is now on sale.
Brewer completes the three-point play.
That's Ronnie Brewer going on Luke Walton on Josh McRoberts right here. To see the video, you can visit the Daily Beat from the 30th of this month. And welcome to Get Buckets.
Welcome. It's great to have all of you. That was exciting. Ronnie Brewer.
It's a must-watch video, not just for the dunk, but really for the audio.
Which actually isn't that great. It's not like spectacular, but it's because that dude went to communication school in like Atlanta.
The African-American male that was announcing that game on WGN absolutely blows my mind. It was awesome.
All right. Get some buckets. Some announcements to make at the top of the show for those that only listen to the first minute, which I don't blame you. It helps the download number, so I thank you for that. All you have to do is click. All you have to do is click once. If you have another computer, go click it on there too. But Nick's premium package is free through this Saturday, so be sure to text him for your Super Bowl info, 832-671-2429. That's the premium package.
This isn't just the standard package.
No.
This is the premium package. This is inside information from the guru Nick himself. And I guess we should wish him a happy birthday as we give out his number on here. So happy belated birthday, Nick. Thanks for listening.
Yes, we all went out to eat for Nick's B-Day, and you can text him for that story. But as far as commentary goes, it's got to be Mel Kiper, the black dude from WGN, and then Nick Harmon. So he's a close third.
He really does good things. He was in second until Ronnie Brewer dunked on Josh McRoberts.
Then he got passed.
Here we are. He just needs some live games. He's if he got a couple live games in him, I think he'd be sitting pretty.
All right. Second announcement, and it's actually more important than the first announcement. We're giving away free stuff. Yeah, I'll let that simmer for a little bit. For those
it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah,
it
doesn't
free.
cost anything. All right, so free prizes. Actually, I should take the S off of that. Free prize. Go to the Get Buckets podcast fan page on Facebook. If you can't find it, then you can't be entered because you don't know how to work Facebook. Just click like. I don't blame you if you delete it next week. But just click like, and next week we will announce our winner, and maybe, if time permits, you will get to join us on the podcast. So, if time permits being the key word there.
We'll see if time permits.
Sometimes time permits. Sometimes it doesn't, though.
But we really should tell them what the free prize is.
No, we should not tell them what the free prize is.
We should.
That's the whole point.
But
then they won't sign up.
It's worth your time. I'll promise you.
Oh, yeah, definitely worth your time.
It's a prize that I want to win personally, but I can't because I'm part of the podcast.
All right, let's talk about the NFL. The Super Bowl's on Sunday, so watch it.
Nick says Green Bay will win 24-17, and since he is an expert, that's all the analysis we need on it.
But if you want more analysis, be sure to get the premium package, and I'm sure he'll have some other stuff.
Player rankings, players to watch, even more detailed information, how many passing yards Aaron Rodgers is going to come out with. He's got it all. He's great, I promise.
He's very in-depth on the defensive line and special teams, so stats you really care about, like QB hurries and field goal accuracy. So,
and how many times the gunner is pushed out of bounds on punts. He's got those down pat.
So, premium package. We've been pulling it for 2 weeks now, so you should get on that. But after the Super Bowl, don't forget, there's other NFL stuff that premium package will get you. NFL draft coverage, yeah. Maybe collective bargaining agreement talk.
And if you get to him today, he might be able to give you some post-game analysis on yesterday's Pro Bowl, which I quite frankly did not watch or care about.
No, I didn't either. I thought about watching the NHL All-Star Game instead, but I didn't.
Good decision.
All right, let's move on to hoops because we spent too much time talking about the NFL. For those of you that don't know, we are Jimmer Fredette fans here. And that's really what?
Fans is a watered down word. We are Jimmer Fredette fanatics.
Yes.
We have man crushes here.
The biggest man crush I've had since NSYNC. So we're talking 12 years or so here. He's so good.
I suggest that you get on either Harvey Nation or Buckets with Kyle. You can find a link to Jimmer's most recent game highlights, and the things he does on the court are just stupid. He can score from anywhere. He's a threat as soon as he gets off the bus.
Had 16 points in the last 9 minutes of that game on Saturday. That's dumb.
And it's not that people don't know it's coming, because people know it's coming. They put their best defender on him, and they rotate defenders on and off of him, and he is like an unstoppable force of nature.
When you're pulling up from half court and shooting fadeaways out of bounds, and his form's just so good. Like, all his shots look the exact same. Like, none of them seemed forced in kind of any way.
He does a great job of elevating, and I think that's what allows him really to get his shot off as quickly as he does, because he elevates and can set himself in the air so well that his form is always going to be perfect, regardless of how close the defender is or what kind of screen he's coming off of.
Biggest problem I see for BYU is that I think teams have figured out that they need to attack him defensively, because that last 5 minutes of that game, he was done.
A suggestion would be maybe try to switch into some kind of zone just to rest him down there, because he's going to be able to outscore the other team at the other end of the court. But he kind of looks disinterested on the defensive end in general. But I don't care because he's the Jimmer.
Not that this is a big deal, but Duke lost to St. John's. Actually, they didn't lose. They got just demolished at the Garden. I mean, does that mean anything to you?
It does and it doesn't. Duke hasn't really played anyone this year, and it's not their fault. They thought they were going to be playing people. They had Michigan State, Kansas State, Butler, and the ACC all lined up to play, and Michigan State has 8 losses. Kansas State just isn't very good. Butler has fallen off the map without Hayward. The ACC's down. I'm not sure they're going to be prepared come tournament time because they haven't played anybody. I don't even think St. John's is that good. I think they just had a great offensive day, but I mean, if you're Duke, you can't lose to St. John's. Not the way you lost it. Okay, yeah, especially that way. By 15. You were down 21 at halftime. You got doubled up 50-25 early in the second half. That's embarrassing. And I think Coach K will have his team ready to go. I'm just not sure without Kyrie Irving that they're a team that can make a deep tournament run. With Kyrie Irving? I think they can. Okay. I hope his prolonged turf toe injury isn't significant, because, I mean, he was player of the year candidate talk. He was that good early in the year, and now we've kind of forgotten about him because he's been out for so long. And while he was that good, you kind of need to look back and say, well, who is he that good against? And I don't know. Are there any significant teams? Duke has not played a team that is in the top 25 of the RPI. Good stat. Which is unfortunate for them. They tried to do it. It just didn't work out this year for them. On Saturday, Texas handled Mizzou in their ugly gold uniforms pretty handily. Wasn't really close. And that begs the question, are they the best team in the Big 12 right now? I personally don't think there's any way that you can say they're not the best team in the Big 12 right now. They went to Lawrence, snapped Kansas' 69-game winning streak. They have is tonight the rematch with A&M? Is that right?
Yes.
They beat A&M badly once, and they'll get to play them again, I believe, in College Station tonight. They've beat Missouri. The record indicates that they are the best team, and I've got to stick with that for right now.
I'm sticking with that. Outside of a kind of, I wouldn't call it a freak loss, but a game they probably should have won had Kemba Walker not hit a stupid half-court shot as the clock winds down. They have an amazing resume with UConn. Michigan State's not as good, but they have them. And then all their conference wins. They are undefeated through the first, I'd say, half of conference schedule.
They've won. I think it actually might be a third. They're 6-0.
Okay.
And they've won all 6 of those games by double digits. Which, I mean, you're looking at they beat Missouri, a ranked team, by double digits. They beat A&M, who's a ranked team, by double digits, and they beat Kansas at Kansas, where Kansas does not lose, by double digits.
They're impressive. Maybe everyone's kind of jumping on board with it, and they just got to third in the polls, which may be too high, but maybe this year they're just not that. I think there's too much variety this year. I don't think anyone's going to keep a top spot. Maybe Ohio State, but outside, 2 through 10. If you lose a game or you win a big game, you could easily fluctuate anywhere in between there. And I don't think there's that much differential between those teams.
I would agree. The top 25 in general, outside of Ohio State's really a mess of who goes where. The Big East is just beating up on each other all over again. There's really no good sense outside of Ohio State where people belong. Okay,
let's play a game, Kyle. It's called Overrated or Underrated. Okay? I will name a team or a school, university. You will tell me whether you think they are underrated or overrated. Are you ready to play?
I am.
You have no lifelines. All right. Pitt.
I think they're rated perfectly.
That is not the game, but okay. Why do you think they're rated perfectly?
They're experienced. They have, I believe, 6 players that play over 20 minutes a game, and 5 of them are juniors or seniors. They've got a great coach. They work well as a team. They play great defense. They're the most efficient team offensively in the nation. They're just good. Jamie Dixon's a great coach, and he's always going to have those guys ready to go.
That's a very solid argument, but I don't like Pitt, so I think they're overrated. I've never liked Pitt. I think their teams are destined for early knockouts and not getting as far as they should in the tournament. I can't remember the last great Pitt team that made a run, but they've all been good teams. They can't ever get to that next level. And I don't watch a lot of Pitt games, so I think they're overrated.
Good for you.
All right. Duke, overrated or underrated?
I'm going to go with overrated on Duke. They started out the season as number 1, and that's the only reason they're ranked as highly as they are right now. They haven't beat anyone good. No top 25 RPI teams. They really haven't had the chance to play anyone good. So you look at it and you're like, okay, Duke should have beat everybody they've played. And instead they have a loss at Florida State and a pretty big loss in New York at St. John's.
I agree. I think they're overrated. That whole ACC schedule they were counting on to be semi-tough is not looking as good as it was. And they took a huge hit losing Kyrie Irving, so I'll give them a little slack there, but I still would think they're overrated, and we'll find out more about them as we get going into the next few months. UConn, what do you think of them?
I think they're overrated simply because they're not the UConn Huskies. They're the UConn Kemba Walkers. They live and die by one guy. That's really where all their offense is going to come from. And if he has an off night, then they're done.
I agree for the exact same reasons. They're just too one-dimensional. I can't even name you another kid on their team.
I can name one, and it's only because he has an awesome name. Shabazz Napier.
See, I've heard of these. Yeah, I've heard of these names, but I can't. It's always on Kemba Walker. They don't do much else without him, and I think that could be problematic. All right, Syracuse. What do you think of them?
Well, Syracuse has hit a major speed bump recently. They lost 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Dropping them to 17th in the rankings. So I'm going to go with Syracuse as underrated. I think they're better than the 17th best team in college basketball. Got a lot of talent. They've got a Hall of Fame coach. They're going to be ready to play once tournament time rolls around. They played a semi-week early schedule, and that's led to some major speed bumps here, but they'll recover.
You just used my exact strategy, and we probably should have talked about this beforehand. I think they're just now they're underrated because everyone's, all right, well, Syracuse was undefeated a week and a half ago. Now we're off that bandwagon. Let's go find someone else. And I think they can get it back together before it gets too late here. Any shots at probably a 1 or 2 seed might be gone, but I don't think they necessarily need that. I think they're talented. On any given night, they can put up just huge numbers. So I think they're underrated now.
Absolutely.
Kansas.
I think Kansas is overrated, but only by 1 spot. I think they should be the number 3 team in the nation instead of the number 2 team in the nation. They're a great basketball team. They've got talent inside. They've got talent outside. But I'm not sure they're a team that's going to make a tournament run. They're not someone I trust to make a tournament run because they have a history of flaming out early.
I agree. Next, Texas.
At this point in the season, Texas is underrated. They are ranked number 3 in the nation. They should be the number 2 team in the nation. They have been incredibly hot lately. Their last loss was to UConn. They've absolutely been beating people up since that game. They beat the team that's ranked right ahead of them 9 days ago. They're better than Kansas right now, and so that makes them underrated.
I agree with the underrated, but I do wonder if the expectations are too high for the team. But I don't think enough people see Texas and think, "Ooh, they're the number 3 ranked team for real." I think that especially media has a lot of, they love those East Coast teams, like in the Big East teams. I think they really love those teams, but I think they could easily beat them.
We'll get a good sense of where Texas actually is tonight as they play their first game as a top 3 team.
Yeah.
At a school that hates them in Texas A&M.
Yeah, tough place to play. National spotlight, Big Monday. Baylor hasn't been as successful on Big Mondays, but that's okay.
Oh, you're an idiot. Okay.
All right. NBA. Carmelo hasn't been traded. All right. That's it for that. Games to pick. Kyle, congratulations. You went 3-2 last week. But guess who else went 3-2?
Nathan, you went 3-2. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You're equal with me for at least 1 week.
Exactly. I'm not losing just yet. This could change. I'm starting not to like my picks the more I look at them. Okay. Games this week. Also, did you see Minnesota blow their great play? They had that game.
I did not see it. I was at a sorority function.
I don't really like Minnesota, but I like Minnesota. I like the way they played. Their bigs are just nasty. I
like the fact that they're Golden Gophers.
I don't like the fact that they lost, so I couldn't wear my Minnesota shirt today.
Good point. That's a good point.
Even though the people can't see this. All right. Games this week. All games are on Saturday. Baylor's going to A&M. Kyle, who do you have?
Well, as much as it pains me to say this, because Baylor is the school I love more than any other, and A&M is the school that I hate more than any other, I'm picking A&M because I'm a realistic person.
Realistic in what way?
In the fact that A&M is a better basketball team than Baylor.
A&M just got destroyed by Nebraska.
And?
They suck.
They don't suck. They're better than Baylor.
I believe in the Bears. Sick 'em. Go Bears. I'll take Bears.
I would have absolutely loved for you to have made the right pick in this game. I'm rooting for Baylor, even though I pick against them.
It's kind of hard to think about, but I like the way I like it. That gives me a win if you're on my side.
Uh-huh.
All right. Kentucky going to Florida.
Florida's actually a team that I thought was going to win the conference going into the year.
Did you really?
And I did. So I'm going to stick by that, and I'm going to pick Florida to beat Kentucky right here and grab some power in the SEC.
I think they're vastly overrated. Georgia almost beat them, and I don't even know if Georgia has a basketball team. I like Kentucky, probably because I like freshmen a lot, because I like the recruiting process, and so it's like, ooh, look at this guy. So Kentucky throws 5 of them out there at one time. That'll get me to watch. And I'm not sure that Billy Donovan's done a really great job of rebuilding his dynasty. After they won those 2 titles back to back, what have they done?
Nothing.
Yeah, I don't like him.
I don't like Calipari.
I could see where people don't like him, but I kind of like him. All right, West Virginia at Villanova.
Give me Nova or give me death.
You can give me Villanova too. We can split that one if we need to. Now, the featured game of the week, the only game that anyone cares about, UNLV visiting the Jimmers. Who do you have?
The day I pick against the Jimmers will be the day that hell freezes over. I've got the Jimmers.
I got the Jimmer too. Side note, have you seen that place that they play in? 20,000 people? It's bigger than Toyota Center. That's stupid.
It's awesome.
They have
what else are the people of Utah going to do?
Yeah, they turn
people.
off their lights and everything like a professional introduction too. They do it right at BYU. Props to them.
The Jimmer might as well be Kobe.
They love him there.
I love him here.
Yeah, I love him in Texas. I've never even met him. Have you seen those Jimmer Jordan shirts? It has the Jordan logo and it says the Jimmer.
I haven't.
Yeah, pretty cool.
I want one.
I do too, but I don't need any more T-shirts. Much less of a Mormon basketball player.
Well, the Jimmer is the Jimmer, so I'll do what I do. I want to be Jimmer. I want to be the Christian version of Jimmer.
All right, we'll work on that. All right, well, that's all we have. Don't forget to press the like button on the Get Buckets podcast fan page to enter your chance to win something awesome next week.
Also, you can follow me on Twitter at GBKcraw, or you can text me at 254-717-4614. Not to be confused with Nick's premium services. He's much more knowledgeable in football than I could ever be.
All right, that's it.
No more buckets.